Welcome to Your Health. I'm your host, Erica Cardenas. Today we're at the farm at South Mountain to learn more about healthy hobbies, and one of the best is gardening. But before we get started, let's take a look at what's coming up on today's show. Learn about a free community event where you get to ask questions about heart disease. A vegan chef shares tips on changing your diet in easy ways. And a treatment for pain relief where all you have to do is sit and relax. All that and more on this episode of Your Health. 60 million Americans are living with heart disease. Chances are you or someone you know may be struggling with it. Here's more about a free community event that brings together the top heart doctors in Arizona and from around the country to answer your questions about heart disease and treatments.
My name is David Ryzik. I am the Chief Scientific Officer and the Director of Structural and Coronary Intervention for Honor Health. Scottsdale Interventional Forum is a 4-day event in which we bring the brightest minds in cardiology and surgery. We bring them together under one roof. It's an exchange of ideas. It's a sharing of experience. It's a 4-day course with over 200 lectures, 14 live cases, and they're bringing it all right here to Scottsdale. I don't think there's a better educational experience in the country. We have what we started several years ago as our community event. We think it's important for our community to learn. We see Honor Health and the Scottsdale Interventional Forum as a community asset. We have an open forum where the community comes together to learn about heart disease, to be able to ask questions about heart disease. They experience several didactic lectures about heart disease and vascular disease and valvular heart disease, and they even get to witness a live case being performed by our own physicians, and they get to ask questions about that case. It sort of demystifies heart disease, if you will, for our community. I think anyone who's inquisitive about heart disease or choices for therapies in heart disease will benefit from this. We have patients come, patients who have questions about their care. We have spouses come, spouses who are looking at the choices that they're going to be making with their family member, all of whom come because they have questions. It's an open forum. Anyone who's inquisitive about cardiovascular care today will benefit from being there. Boy, the internet is fantastic, but the internet can also be very misleading. I think one of the things that is very clear about the community event is we try and dispel some of the myths that are on the internet. Very often the questions that we're asked by the audience is, I read on the internet, or I went on this medical website and they said this. Is that true? I believe this community event is one of the most important givebacks to our community to really demystify and clear up some of the misperceptions that there are about cardiovascular care. It's a free event. It's free to the community. A one-of-a-kind event for patients who have questions about cardiovascular disease to actually begin to seek answers.
Any kind of chronic pain can be life-altering. Let's check out a pain relief therapy that's non-invasive and that patients say is changing their lives.
I'm an exercise physiologist. I've been doing research on all different types of alternative therapies for a few years now. I can tell you this is very synergistic with other alternative methods like yoga and meditation, things that relax the nervous system. But in my experience, nothing has come even close to the results that we're getting with wave therapy. Wave therapy is an FDA Class 1 medical therapy that has absolutely no contraindications or side effects, but it produces immediate and quantifiable improvements in circulation, inflammation, nervous system, and overall cellular health.
Before I started wave therapy, I had neuropathy in my hands and my feet and lymphedema in my right arm. Due to 2015, I had cancer and went through chemo and also radiation treatments. So as for that, as the pain continued, I was told that it would not probably get any better, and therefore I started wave therapy.
People are turning to alternatives because everything that's been posed to them up to date has given some relief, but not long-term relief. And they're looking for other alternatives. And the wave therapy is certainly the alternative that you want to use. I was very skeptical at first, to be very frank with you. However, after the visits, I've made it a point twice a month to make a visit to the wave therapy.
Medicine has always kind of missed the big component of mental, mind health. Things like, relaxation is just kind of completely overlooked in medicine. They really like to treat the symptom as opposed to really the root cause, which is stress on the body or pain or inflammation. So that's kind of why people are turning more towards, let's actually fix the problem and not just kind of, mask my pain here for a few weeks and then I'm gonna have issues with my other knee or something along those lines.
I'm an ex-NFL football player, okay? I'm used to being, cortisone, opiates, on a normal basis every day because your body gets beat up nonstop. I would definitely recommend it for people in pain because people don't know that this can help them without doing these ultimate methods of, opiates, drinking, masking the pain. This takes it away. I'm happy. I have more energy, and it's been a long time coming.
Because of wave therapy, I was able to get off the pain medication and be able to be 100% committed to my children.
Wave therapy is going to be beneficial in terms of prevention as well as reaction to a medical symptom. The fact that it is non-invasive, has absolutely no side effects, makes it really a great non-invasive and non-pharmaceutical approach to pain management, neurodegenerative diseases, things like Lyme disease. So those where really a traditional medical model really does not have a good answer for them.
Pain can sometimes stop you from trying out a new healthy-based hobby. One good option, yoga. Simple stretches and controlled breathing can bring relief and also provide you with healthy exercise. If you're looking to start a healthy hobby, put on those dancing shoes. Dancing of any kind is great cardio, it reduces stress, and it improves cognition. You can take lessons, or you can be like me and have a dancing party right in your living room. When we come back, gardening is a great hobby. We'll get some tips to kickstart our green thumbs. And a vegan chef shares how you can go meatless a few times a week without sacrificing flavor. Maintaining a healthy weight isn't always easy. There are so many temptations, but Weight Watchers has a plan that makes it easy to eat healthy and indulge a little too.
What I love about Weight Watchers is it's always evolving. And so it is based on the up-to-the-minute science. So this is not your mom or your grandmother's Weight Watchers. This is new and this is exciting. So we're looking at things differently. We're looking at food. We're looking at fitness. We're going to encourage you to move more than you have before, and that's a great thing. And we're going to focus on the mindset, which I think is a huge change. Weight loss starts from the head and moves its way down. We talk a lot at Weight Watchers about our why, don't we? The reason that we walk through the door, the reason that we're here. I love being a Weight Watchers leader because I get to see people at their best, even if they're not at their best that day.
After kids, it was really hard to kind of, bring off the weight and stuff like that. It's so hard.
I had spent some time with my kids outside and couldn't keep up with them. And I have 4 kids and they're crazy, and so I knew it was time to do something that was going to work this time.
I really resonate with moms. I joined Weight Watchers after my first daughter was born, and I had been a chubby child. I'd put on weight as a newlywed, but when I got pregnant with her, I thought, I don't want this to be the rest of my life. So I joined Weight Watchers because I needed friends, I needed accountability, I needed a leader who would love me to goal. I lost over 60 pounds, and that baby is now a junior in college. So it has become part of my life, and I'm so grateful for it. This plan is not one size fits all. We all do it differently, and that's why we're here to support each other and to share ideas and to laugh and to celebrate and to cry and all of those fun things that we do. I love the moms that come in carrying a baby in the carrier and they just look so lost. Learning that it's okay to take time to do things that are important to you is a huge valuable lesson that every man, woman, and child should learn. And so as you're watching these moms come in so overwhelmed, and pretty soon they're learning, okay, I'm worth the time that it takes to cook my own meal.
This is my first time doing Weight Watchers, but I did hear a lot of good stuff about it through doctors, who were always constantly telling me about my weight. I used to say in my head, if you'd only know how hard I was trying.
With the Weight Watchers program, we encourage members to make small changes. Here's the most beautiful thing about activity. If yesterday you went 2 steps and today you go 3 steps, you have accomplished something fantastic. It's maybe taking a few more steps. If you have family come into town, our weather's beautiful. If they come into town, instead of taking them out to eat, maybe we go to a museum. Maybe we go on a nature walk. Those little things that add up to big weight loss and big changes. And the changes are what we're really looking for.
Sarah's amazing. She really makes it a point to make everybody feel like they've won at something for that day or that week.
So if I can come here and celebrate, if I can share stories, if someone bought something that I can try that I love, if someone can cry and say they had a rough week, and I can then say, I had a rough week too, this is hard. Or if we all celebrate together, that's a great thing.
We're here at the farm at South Mountain, and joining you now is Director of Marketing, Ashley Oakscott, to talk gardening. Welcome, Ashley.
Hi, thanks so much for coming.
Gardening is a very popular topic these days. What makes it a good hobby for any age?
You know, it's really something that gets you outdoors, especially in Arizona. We have such great weather. It's impossible to not be able to grow a garden here. So it's something that's healthy. It's something that makes you have your own food at your house. So it's something that helps you save on bills. And it's just something that brings you joy when you're outside doing the gardening.
Absolutely. Now, my family and I recently moved into a new home, and we've been talking about growing a garden. So what are a few easy tips to starting your own garden?
So I would look for a space in your yard that is gonna get some morning sun, but in the afternoon, not as much sun. Between 2 to 5 in Arizona is when the rays are gonna beat down on your plants the most. So if you're not gonna be able to get shade, you're definitely gonna want to create your own shade during that time of day. You'll wanna start small. You don't wanna get overwhelmed. So starting with herbs, peppers, tomatoes, basil is a great one. Just putting those kind of plants in that are perennials that can last all year long, that's definitely something to start with.
Share with us a little bit more about the soil and seed garden market.
So what we don't use from the garden that can be harvested that week for the restaurants here at the farm, we have 3 restaurants, those are sold on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So people can come, grab breakfast or lunch and then head over to Soil and Seed, and over near the shed at the garden, we have a little farmer's market that happens each week. So it's great for you to be able to buy local, support local, help us keep the garden going.
Definitely. Now you have something called a CSA. What is that?
Yes, so a CSA, which is also known as a co-op, is called a Community Supported Agriculture Program. And basically what this does is you pay up front in the beginning of the season, and then each week you can come to the garden and you get a bag of goodies. So right here on this table, you'll see we have some eggs, we have a salad mix, we have farm citrus, and lots of greens. So each week you'll get a different variety depending on what's being harvested. We put a little recipe in there for some of the things that are different that maybe you won't see at the supermarket. And then you can go home and cook it yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like so much fun. Well, thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us.
Yes, thanks for coming.
If you'd like more information on the many programs here at the farm, just head over to their website. Coming up, making time for exercise can be hard. We've got a gym that makes it easy. And drop those hamburgers and fries. A vegan chef shares how eating vegan can improve your health. Have you heard of Meatless Mondays? It's a push to encourage Americans to eat vegetarian just once a week. We recently spoke with a vegan chef to learn more about going vegan.
I'm Jason Weirich. I'm the executive chef of The Vegan Taste and cookbook author of Vegan Mexico, Vegan Tacos, and co-author of 21-Day Weight Loss Kickstart. I was fat and diabetic. I started learning how to cook right out of college, so I had my first great meal, and I was broke. I couldn't afford to go spend 20 bucks at this great Egyptian restaurant I was eating at in Fort Worth, and so I started learning how to cook, but what I was learning was all this stuff that was really just making me fatter and sicker. So by the time I was in my mid-20s, I became diabetic. I weighed about 330 pounds. I mean, I wore these huge brown sweaters and I looked like Jabba the Hutt with a human head. And when I got diagnosed with diabetes, I was like, I gotta do something, because this physician's saying I have to take medication for the rest of my life, and I'm 27. It was insane. So I just found a healthy whole foods way of eating, no animal products or anything like that, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. And I lost 120 pounds and it cured my diabetes in 8 months. And actually the symptoms I had went away in 3 months, and I had them bad. I was like falling asleep on the freeway. I was sleeping 10 hours. My eyesight was failing, and I used to have great eyesight. And all that stuff went away in just a few months. It was amazing. And basically I had a soulless job as a director of marketing for a tech firm. And I knew I had to do something else, so I became a vegan chef and trained myself so I could go out and basically help other people eat great food, because eating great food is the key to staying on a healthy lifestyle. When I went vegan, I was like, man, what am I gonna eat? I gotta learn how to make food for myself now. And you can't make some burger that you know is gonna make a vegan happy, but everyone else is gonna be like, it's crazy vegan food. Or you can't make stuff like that. You have to make stuff that still looks appealing and feels hearty and leaves someone satisfied. I mean, everybody wants enchiladas, but when they can see a beautiful plate of enchiladas where there's not necessarily a cheese in it, but it's smothered in a pipián verde, which is this pepita green salsa mix, and it's got that creaminess and everything, and it looks appealing, like people go for that. They stop caring about the cheese so much. Before, when I was a marketing director, it was just about making money, and now it's about helping people. It's like every time I do that, I take someone through that transformation that I went through, and I get to relive that moment of epiphany. And then when I see that in their eyes and go through the change in a way again with them, it's really moving. Like when I have a family that comes up and they're crying because they're not going to go to the hospital and they think they can do this for the rest of their lives. And I know that I saved someone. That's amazing.
One last tip: if you are interested in becoming a vegetarian, do your research. Oftentimes, vegetarians don't get enough protein, zinc, or B vitamins, so make sure to consult your doctor for advice. Getting your exercise in day or night, we'll head to a gym that works for everyone's schedule. Breaking a sweat can definitely be a healthy hobby, but it sometimes can be tough to get that exercise in. Anytime Fitness is a gym that fits everyone's schedule.
When you walk in these doors, we want you to feel like you are a part of this community in here. We want you to be friendly. We want you to know us. We want you to talk to us. We want you to be comfortable in here. But we also want you to get a darn good workout while you're here too. One of the things that people find as an objection to exercise is time. I don't have time. Now, if you told me that, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that you do have time. I'll show you exactly where you're wrong about that or where you do have time. But as far as the gym is concerned, we want to accommodate people with those busy, hectic schedules.
The nice thing about being a member at Anytime Fitness is not only is it convenient, as we're 24/7, but we also have great coaching services here. We got both the personal training, the group training, we have the app, so we can do virtual coaching. We can use the app to send you workouts, personalized workouts just for you, based off of what your goals are.
A lot of people, they work hard, They get into it and they fall off the wagon after 3 weeks. And we're gonna hold you accountable. We're gonna be there every step of the way. We're gonna give you a whole mapped out plan for the entire month. And after that month's over, we're gonna have a plan going forward so we keep you rolling, we keep you going. That's how it's supposed to be run, and that's how we run it here.
My name is Allison Hahn. I am a PhD student working on my PhD in communication and a Highland Games athlete, which basically means I put on a kilt and I throw heavy things. Usually have a 2-hour window where I can come and work out, and that means getting in, getting out, getting home, getting showered. So I really enjoy this gym because it's close to where I live, it's convenient, it's open at all hours, and I never have to wait for anything. I can just go do what I need to do and get out. Coming to Anytime Fitness means that I actually have a wide range of weights to work with. There's good squat racks here, there's good drop pads here. The equipment is high quality, and you'll find something for every skill level that you need.
One of the reasons why I wanted to own Anytime Fitness is I want to help people get to where they want to be in life, to reach their goals. We want people to better their life, whatever it is. Maybe it's a small thing. Maybe they just want to run down the street with their grandkid. Maybe they want to be able to ride their bike with their kid. It doesn't have to be the big jump to lose 100 pounds or get ripped. It's the small goals, and it's being able to live life better that we can help you with.
Door's always open with exercise, and it's never too late to start. And we've had people think that they're over the hill and there's just no point. Well, no, there's definitely a point. If you can still extend your life and live a higher quality of life, why not do it?
I want to thank everyone here at the farm at South Mountain for letting us hang out today. But before we go, here are a few more healthy hobbies to consider to enrich your life and your health. Start a cooking club. Meet at someone's house once a month and make a healthy meal together. Play an instrument. Studies show it increases cognitive development, improves hand-eye coordination, and it can raise your IQ. Learn a new language. Research shows the brains of bilingual people operate different than those of single language people. It makes you more perceptive and helps ward off dementia. No matter what you choose to do in your free time, make sure it's something that you're passionate about, and it will in turn enhance your life. Thank you for joining us on Your Health. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.